Okay, in this video, we are going to talk about discovering your greatness and your strengths. Okay, so this is probably the most important exercise you can do throughout this whole mindset module. So let's talk about greatness really quick. What is it? What are great people? Great people do things before they're ready. Okay, they do things before they know they can do it. They do things that they're afraid of. They get out of their comfort zone and they take risks. Okay, that's what great people do. They understand there's no growth in the comfort zone. They want to grow, and so they get out of it and they take those risks and they face those fears. So what's the point? Why should we even try to achieve greatness and discover what our strengths are? Well, you might find out that you're really, really good at something. And if you aren't good at it, who really cares? Because you tried something and you probably learned something about yourself, right? Learning lessons and gaining life experience. So to discover your own greatness, you really do how do I want to word this? So you attract what you are, not what you want, right? So if you want to have, like, say you want to attract really great team members onto your team. Well, if you just want really great team members, but you're not really a great team member yourself, then, you're probably actually not going to attract those great team members, right? Because like strong women want to join a strong women. Okay. So you need to be, putting forth your greatness and embracing your strengths and becoming better. And if you're constantly becoming better, you're going to start attracting that as well, So to discover greatness, you kind of need to think about something you're passionate about. Okay. So a couple questions to ask. What is it that really excites you? And what is it that you want to accomplish in your business? Think about things that you're really, really passionate about. And it might be scary, but you have to have that insane courage that we talked about, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And you have to be daring to fail miserably. Okay. You have to fail miserably to achieve greatly, which sounds so hard, but really it's so worth it. So each one of us has a desire to be great and to achieve a measure of greatness in our lives. And you have to decide kind of what you're truly passionate about and work hard to get there. So it takes time, hour after hour, week after week. I've been doing this for 2 years, okay? You can't look at it and be like, oh man, just overnight, this is going to change. This business is going to change who you are. It's going to turn you into someone amazing. And you're going to set goals for yourself and you're going to achieve them. And, like Michael Jordan didn't wake up as one of the world's greatest basketball players, right? Like, he had to practice and put in all this effort. And finding your greatness also doesn't mean that you're being better than everyone else. It just means you're being the best that you can be. So to achieve true greatness is when you're able to put aside your own challenges and really uplift others. And so when you're working this business and starting to grow this business, you really have to think about others, the people you serve, your team, and your clients and people who purchase from you. So here's a question to ask. What can you do for others? What are you good at? What are your strengths? Now, more questions you can think of, like, how do you uplift others? How do you leave a person better than you found them? And what does your day look like when you're actually striving to achieve greatness on a daily basis? So, one way to figure out your strengths is you can take a free strength finder test. And I think there's a place called High 5 Test, the5test.com. And then there's a few other linked in the training. But go take one of those tests and see what your strengths are. You can also take the Enneagram test and kind of learn more about things you're really, really good at. And it's really, really helpful to know those things. Before I took my strength finder, I didn't really understand it, that some things I'm like, oh yeah, that's really true about myself, but I didn't even look at it as a strength, like a talent that I had. And so something I was really good at. And so understanding my strengths has really helped me be able to narrow down my mission and my niche and and be able to serve others, in an amazing way. So, true greatness is never a result of chance or a one-time effort or achievement. Greatness really requires that development of character. And again, this is where that tenacity and the grit and getting out of your comfort zone comes in, because when you get out of your comfort zone, that's when you grow and you start to develop that character. So you can also think what you're doing on a daily basis to achieve greatness. Are you actively seeking for ways to help others? Are you setting aside time for your family? Are you able to show people their strengths, and are you always able to improve yourself? Okay. So you need to look at your strengths as like your greatest asset. Your strengths are what feed your greatness. Okay. So, I want you to go and take the quiz to find out what your strengths are. And just remember that excellence is not an accident. Okay. It's a result of high intention, sincere effort, intelligent direction, skillful execution, and it's a vision to see obstacles as opportunities. Okay. So that's excellence. You did not wake up today to be mediocre. You are great. So you need to start believing that. Okay, go take your test and see what your strengths are. I'm really excited to hear what they are. It's so interesting to me how everybody is just so unique, and really there's so many different strengths out there. So it's so interesting to hear what other people's strengths are. So definitely let me know what they are after you take your test.